Men were killed in a triple shooting. This is over in Manatee County, not far from the Tampa St. Petersburg area. And those killed include the mother and cousin of the man deputies believe pulled the trigger.
In June 2024, an unspeakable tragedy shocked the quiet streets of Florida. A father of 12, 28-year-old Javonte Bryce went on a horrifying killing spree that left his family and community shattered. In just one night, 3 women lost their lives at the hands of a man they trusted and loved.
Deputies tell 10 Tampa Bay 3 women are dead and the man responsible is also dead.
Among the victims were his mother, 48-year-old Tidamisha Scott, his cousin, 29-year-old Sakuya Jonkila Bryce, and his ex-girlfriend, 31-year-old Cheryl Carter.
I ain't gonna speak too much, but more of the story is I don't play with love, bro, cause I'm one of those persons that I love. I fall. I'm a lover, bro. I ain't gonna count. That's what I do, bro. I ain't with all that fighting and fussing and going back and forth. I'm not finna go back and forth with you, period, cause I don't even be going back and forth with my damn mama about anything. So I'm not finna even go back and forth with you at all. Anyway. Oh, big truck gang. What's going on with y'all, man? Hey, man, I hope everybody having a good, blessed week, man. I hope everybody fam good. I hope everybody loved ones good. Kids. I I don't care who it is, man. I hope everybody good, man. Hey, man. As long as y'all rocking with me, man, I'm rocking with y'all, man. I love y'all, man. Y'all have a blessed one. Hey, let's get into it.
But as the investigation unfolded, the true motive behind these gruesome killings left everyone speechless. It turned out that these women may have discovered Javonte Bryce's deepest secret. He had been hiding relationships with men. This is the tragic and chilling story of how secrets, fear, and shame led to the brutal end of 3 innocent lives. What drives a man to commit such horrific acts against those closest?
Y'all can, laugh at me or not, bro. And this is why, bro, I don't stick my penis in everything that I see, bro. And everything that I wanna stick my penis in, bro. This is why I still have, bro. I ain't even gonna make that statement. But just know the relations I have now, had since like the last 10, 15 years, bro. No, no cap, bro. Bro. I don't trust. I don't, bro. A lot of zesty and a lot of fucking. Oh no, man, bro. A lot of goddamn coochie bumping and you feel me? Lot of that shit going on. Bull daggering and all that bullshit going on. So, oh, this shit hectic, bro. And then I'm gonna tell you another thing, bro. People be playing with love, bro. That's why. That's why I don't. Listen, bro. I'm real. I'm one of them. I'm a counselor, so I if that explains anything, like I love hard, bro. When I really love you, bro, but I can also goddamn cut this shit off and goddamn go on by my way, especially when when I when I learned. I ain't gonna speak too much, but more of the story is I don't play with love, bro, cause I'm one of those persons that I love. I fall. I'm a lover, bro. I ain't gonna count. That's what I do, bro. I don't be. I ain't with all that fighting and fussing and going back and forth. I'm not finna go back and forth with you, period, because I don't even be going back and forth with my damn mama about anything. So I'm not finna even go back and forth with you at all. Anyway, um, um, I ain't, but I don't have time for all that shit. But I'm smooth, but I don't like to get pissed off, bro. That's my problem. That's why I don't deal with people, bro, because people is weird, bro, and I don't be with that weird shit, bro. I just be trying to chill. Like I don't wanna party. I don't wanna meet you here. I don't wanna do all that, bro. We can go grab some food or go chill right quick in a little section and kick it a little hour or two, slide back and turn up. But all that turn up out of public and rolling around the city and nah, I'm not with all that, bro. I'm at a point of time in my life right now where if I'm gonna be in the situation, I'm gonna put myself in the situation. You not finna put me in that situation. She ain't finna, he ain't finna, they ain't finna, none of that shit. I'm gonna put myself in the situation. I ain't, bro. The price of, bro, listen, life is very short, bro. You can be here today and gone tomorrow. I could be talking to you at this second. In a minute, I can be. You feel me? It's that serious, bro. This shit ain't a joke. This shit's no joke. So I don't have time to be. I don't have. My time is valuable. I don't have time to be bullshitting. I don't have time to be going back and forth. I don't have time to be yipping and yapping. I don't have time to be. If we ain't talking about nothing important, we ain't trying to drop no knowledge on nobody. If you ain't giving me knowledge, if we ain't talking about the money, if we ain't talking about creating nothing, if we ain't talking about building nothing, we can't talk, period, bro. We can't talk. I don't want to go back and forth about the same shit that happened in my life within the last fucking 28 years of it. What we gonna keep? Oh, what we gonna do about it? What you mean? Why do we keep? It's 28 years, 29 years later. Why do we keep talking about what are we gonna do about it? It's 29 years later, bro. Why do we keep talking about what we gonna do about it? I don't want to talk about that no more, bro. Let's change the subject. That conversation is over with, bro. We ain't talking about that no more. It's over with. You feel me? So it's like, bro. I might be talking too loud. Yeah, bro. Tell you, bro.
To him. What led Javonte Bryce down this deadly path? Let's break it all down.
The killer himself, the one that is responsible
Bro,
for 3 homicides in Manatee County last night. His name is Javonte Bryce. He is 28 years of age. He is the one.
To understand what drove Javonte to this breaking point, we first need to dive into his background.
He
On the
posed like he
surface,
just,
Bryce
bro.
seemed like a typical father and family man. At just 28 years old, he already had 12 children. That's a lot of responsibility for someone so young, but it seemed like he was managing. To those who knew him, Bryce came across as a regular guy, a father who was actively involved in his children's lives, and a man who stayed close to his family. But like so many tragic stories, what was happening behind closed doors told a different tale. As we'll soon see, Bryce's life wasn't as stable as it appeared. With 12 kids, relationships were already complicated. His relationships with the mothers of his children, including ex-girlfriend Cheryl Carter, were reportedly strained. And then there was his cousin, Zakuya Bryce. Some rumors suggested that the two may have had an inappropriate or even intimate relationship, although nothing was ever confirmed.
That was why he kept posting weird poems on social media. This one talked about him mentally sick and also being gay. It reads, "You were mentally sick. I seen a lot of people say it was because they found out you were gay. That's your choice, but the extent you went shows it's more than that. Pure evilness."
But it wasn't just family drama that complicated Javante's life. Behind the scenes, Bryce was grappling with his own identity, which, according to sources,
if you've been waiting to apply for disability benefits, don't. Hi, I'm Sarah, and I'm a lawyer at Atticus. Applying
this is crazy, buddy.
He was desperate to keep hidden. Javante Bryce was secretly gay and had been having relationships with men, something he feared would destroy the image of himself that he had built for his family and his community. In many communities, especially where there is a strong emphasis on traditional masculinity, being open about one's sexuality can feel like an impossible task. For Bryce, that struggle was compounded.
Listen, bro. We at a time right now, bro. Women like this shit. That's where we at a time right now. We at a time right now where this is acceptable. Like, this is the norm. I don't want to speak, and I'm not, y'all listen, I'm not by any means, I'm not saying anything about that community. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is 2025, we are at a time where this is normal. If he would have just said, hey, look, hey, yeah, I'm bisexual, bruh, 9 times out of 10, they still gonna give him some pussy, and they would have kept it on hush. I'm trying to tell you, bro, this shit is strange now. This shit has gotten weird, bro. Understand this. You have to watch what you do. Please be protected the best you can, bro. It's real nigga shit, bro. It's real. Hey, listen, bro. I'm telling you the realest shit, bro. I'm telling you, I done seen this shit. I know people that know. I just seen. I got people that, yeah, bro. This shit is no game, bro. Medicine heavy. This shit is no game, bro. This shit's scary. This shit gets spooky, bro. It gets spooky. This shit gets spooky, bro. For real, bro. This shit gets spooky now. I'm telling you.
Surrounded by the fact that he was a father and perceived as the man of the house. To understand the depth of this tragedy, we need to take a closer look at the victims. These were not random strangers. Each of these women had a deeply personal connection to Javante Bryce, making the crimes even more disturbing. First, there was his mother, Tidamisha Scott. At 48 years old, she had raised Bryce and played a crucial role in his life. You would expect a son to protect his mother, but instead, Bryce took her life.
Put that in perspective. The man shot his own mama.
Many believe that Tidamisha may have discovered his secret, his relationships with men. Perhaps this pushed him to the edge, fearing judgment from the very person who had brought him into the world.
28-year-old Javante Bryce shot his mother, Tidamisha Scott, age 48. He shot his ex-girlfriend Cheryl Carter, age 31, and later shot and killed his blood cousin Sakuya Jonkila Bryce, age 29, which some people think he was having an affair with.
Then, there was his ex-girlfriend, Cheryl Carter, age 31. Bryce and Cheryl had a complicated relationship. She was the mother of some of his children, making their connection even deeper. It's believed that Cheryl too might have known about Bryce's hidden life. Perhaps she was a threat to his carefully constructed image of a heterosexual father of 12. The thought of her exposing his truth could have made Bryce feel trapped, leading to her tragic end. Finally, there was his cousin, Sakuya Jonkila Bryce, just 29 years old. Now, this part of the story is even more unsettling. There are rumors that Bryce and Sakuya were involved in a secret...
And I don't need, bro, rest in peace once again, bro. And I like Caucasian, mixed, and foreign women. Simple as that, bro. These are some beautiful ass black women, bro. You bogus as hell. You better have took your own life, because if you didn't, they was gonna give your ass death penalty. I promise you, they would. If you didn't take your own life, they was gonna take your life, boy. I promise you, you bogus as hell.
Relationship, making this even more twisted. Whether that's true or not, it's clear that she knew too much, and in his mind, she had to be silenced. What's truly heartbreaking is how close Bryce was to all 3 victims. These were the people who should have been his support system, his family, his loved ones. Instead, They became his targets in a desperate attempt to protect his secret.
So we believe initially that this all started sometime before 9 o'clock when Mr. Bryce traveled to the Palmetto Trace apartments in Palmetto, in the city of Palmetto. Inside one of those apartments was his sister and a mother of one of the many children that Mr. Bryce has. When he walked into the apartment, he looked at the ex-girlfriend and said, "I have to kill you."
The events leading up to June 2024 are still under investigation, but some pieces of the puzzle have started to come together. At some point, it appears that the women in Bryce's life, his mother, cousin, and ex-girlfriend, started to suspect his secret. They may have even confronted him about it.
What is
For
this
Bryce,
video right
this
here?
was
Is
his
he-
worst
is he
nightmare.
confessing
The idea of his
something
family
on live or
finding
something?
out about his
What is he
sexuality
doing?
terrified him to the core.
Man,
It's hard to
bogus
say
as hell.
exactly when Bryce snapped, but the
Man,
pressure
y'all
of living a
gotta-
double
y'all gotta
life was
watch
clearly
out.
getting to
Hey,
him.
watch out,
Reports
spouse.
suggest that Bryce had been acting increasingly erratic in the
Look
days
out.
leading up to the murders. Friends and family noted that he was more withdrawn, spending less time with his children and appearing more agitated than usual. It's believed that Bryce felt trapped, fearing judgment from his family, his community, and even his children if his secret ever came out. So when the possibility of exposure
why do you,
loomed
like-
closer, Bryce's fear and paranoia spiraled out of control.
Be quiet,
Instead
Bill.
of confronting his truth,
Being forced to see ads?
Is that how you was when
Getting
you was
paid to
little?
see
Your
ads?
mom used
Do you know
to
how
pop
much
you
of
in
the
the mouth
content
like
you see
that?
on a daily basis are actually
quiet.
ads? That's an ad. That's an ad.
I had to
Yep,
be quiet.
all
I
ads.
had to shut
That's why
myself up, 'cause I was fixing to. You feel me? I was fixing to say some. You feel me? I didn't want to go there. Tell you, I respect.
he made the
I
unthinkable
respect it,
decision
man.
to silence
Whatever you
those who
do,
he
but
believed could
listen,
reveal.
whatever you do, bro, this one I don't like. Number one, out of period and all, I do not like bullies, bro. Don't be no bully, bro. Don't be no motherfucking bully, cause like I said earlier, motherfuckers, they gotta understand that it's always somebody that's willing to take it farther than you. You piss them off and make them mad at them. I'm telling you, trust me. Believe it. Believe it. It's just point blank period. Anyway, number two, don't be trying to force nothing upon somebody like, oh, they got oh yeah, try this, try the goddamn. I done told you no 16,000 times. I don't want to try that. You see, you get what I'm saying? Oh, so now you don't want to try it. Now I'm gonna try to mind fuck your mind in another way to make you try it. That shit bogus. Thought someone got down on my damn CPU fan just now. Yeah, but that shit bogus. Like, what the fuck? Get off me. So like, you know what I'm saying?
His secret.
He was acting very strange, not really sure what was going on with him. At 9:17 p.m., that we know that he traveled to the Motel 6 in East Bradenton. Inside one of those rooms was his mother, his mother's boyfriend, and two young juvenile sisters. He walked into that hotel room, looked at the mother and said, "I'm sorry." She asked, "What did you do?" And he shoots her 3 times in front of the boyfriend and these two innocent young juveniles.
The night of June 18th, 2024, started like any other, but it would end in unimaginable violence. Bryce first went to his mother's home, where he shot and killed 48-year-old Tidamisha Scott. His mother was reportedly one of the closest people in his life, and yet she became the first victim in his killing spree. What could drive someone to kill their own mother? It's believed that Bryce thought his mother had discovered his secret and that she might expose him. But the carnage didn't stop there. Bryce then made his way to his cousin's home, where he shot and killed 29-year-old Sakuya Jonkala Bryce. As we mentioned earlier, there were rumors that Bryce and his cousin might have been involved in an inappropriate relationship. If this was true, it may have added another layer to Bryce's fear and shame. Whether Sakuya knew about Bryce's secret or not, he believed she was a threat, and he silenced her in cold blood.
There, deputies found another woman. She was 29, shot inside of an SUV. Deputies attempted life-saving measures there, but she died an hour later, around 10:50.
Finally, Bryce headed to the home of his ex-girlfriend, 31-year-old Cheryl Carter. Carter was the mother of some of Bryce's children and had been a significant part of his life, but that didn't stop him from taking her life as well. Bryce shot Carter multiple times.
Man, you know what I'm saying? He made the N-word come out of me, you know what I'm saying? Because he's a bitch, you know what I mean?
Ensuring that she would never have the chance to reveal his secret. Within a span of just a few hours, Bryce had taken the lives of 3 women who were deeply connected to him. It's hard to imagine the level of fear and desperation that must have driven him to commit these horrific acts. But as the night came to a close, Bryce's world had completely unraveled. In the hours following the killings, police were quickly able to piece together the connections between the victims. All 3 women were close to Bryce, and it didn't take long for authorities to identify him as the prime suspect. A statewide manhunt was launched, and within 48 hours, Javonte Bryce was apprehended without incident. When news of Bryce's arrest broke, the community was in shock. How could a man who seemed so devoted to his family suddenly turn into a cold-blooded killer? As more details about his secret life began to emerge, the pieces started to fall into place. Investigators learned that Bryce had been living a double life for years, engaging in relationships with men while trying to maintain his image as a father and family man.
And what kind of weapon did he have, and do we know where he got it?
Yeah, it was a handgun. We don't know where he got it. It was a revolver.
But why had he gone to such extremes? According to psychologists, Bryce likely felt that his entire identity was at risk of being shattered. His fear of judgment, both from his family and society at large, was so overwhelming that he believed killing those who knew his secret was the only way to protect himself. At the heart of this tragic story lies a deeper issue: Javonte Bryce's hidden sexuality and how it led to such catastrophic decisions. Living in secrecy, Bryce likely felt immense pressure to uphold an image of masculinity that didn't align with his true self. In a world where LGBTQ+ individuals often face judgment and discrimination, Bryce's internal struggle seemed to manifest in deadly ways. Being a father of 12, Bryce might have believed he had even more to lose if his secret were exposed. The societal expectations placed on him as a father and a man in his community likely fueled his sense of shame. The fear of being outed, especially in a world that can be harsh to those who don't fit traditional molds, led Bryce down a dark and destructive path. This tragic story highlights the devastating impact that shame and secrecy can have on a person's mental state. In many communities, being open about one's sexuality is still met with prejudice and judgment. For someone like Bryce, who was already juggling the responsibilities of being a father to 12 children, the pressure to conform to traditional gender roles was immense.
He killed all this people within a time frame of 2 hours. He was said to have done this for either of 3 reasons. He was exposed to be a down low man. He was caught sleeping with his blood cousin, and maybe because of his mental state.
Oh, you didn't tell me all that. Ooh. I got 5 on it, yeah.
Living with such a heavy secret can take a toll on anyone's mental health. Bryce may have felt like he had no other choice but to keep his sexuality hidden, but in doing so, he trapped himself in a prison of fear and self-loathing. When his family began to suspect the truth, Bryce's fear of being exposed turned into paranoia, and ultimately, into violence.
A lot of people said he was sleeping with his cousin, who later discovered him to be gay. It was why he referred to her.
When I first joined Honeybook, I was roughly making $1,500 a month. Fast forward to today, my
as Bay in a social media post.
It's important to recognize how society's stigmas around sexuality can
Hold
push
on, that
people
was a
to
dude saying that?
It was why he referred to her as Bay in the
Scooter Bryce, Koya Bryce, I love you, babe.
social media post.
It's important to recognize how society's stigmas around sexuality can push people to dangerous extremes. If Bryce had felt accepted and supported, would this tragedy have been avoided? Perhaps. But as it stands, his inability to confront his truth in a healthy way led to the destruction of his family and, ultimately, his own life. The aftermath of this tragedy left the community in mourning and disbelief. Tidamisha Scott, Sequoia Bryce, and Cheryl Carter were beloved by their families, and their sudden, violent deaths left a deep wound that will likely never fully heal. The children, Bryce's 12 kids, are now left without a mother, a grandmother, and a father. They will have to grow up knowing that their father was responsible for taking away the very people who cared for them. It's a heartbreaking reality that will affect these children for the rest of their lives. As for the community, the shockwaves from this tragedy are still being felt. In a place where family and community ties run deep, the idea that someone could turn on their loved ones in such a violent way is almost unimaginable. Many people are still grappling with how this could have happened.
Yes, Javante Bryce had quite a few run-ins with law enforcement, and we're seeing a pattern in those court documents, but the question remains, could something have been done to prevent Monday night's tragic shootings?
As we look back on this tragic case, it's clear that this wasn't just a story of violence. It was a story of fear, shame, and desperation. Javante Bryce's secret life and the pressure to maintain a certain image led him down a dark and deadly path. In the end, it wasn't just his secret that destroyed him, it was his inability to confront and accept his true self. This case serves as a stark reminder of the consequences of living in fear. The stigmas surrounding sexuality, particularly in certain communities, can push individuals to dangerous extremes. It's crucial that we work towards creating a more accepting and supportive society where people.
You are in the. Well, I'm gonna say this one more again. You are in a time where damn near anything is accepted, bro. I mean, not for me and mine though, but I'm saying of the world. I don't live of the world. I'm of myself. So, once you start to understand and you get that mindset, then you know you become a different being. But anyway, you know, of the world though, this shit ain't the same, bro. It just ain't the same.
People don't feel like they have to hide.
But he would have been accepted, is what I'm getting at. More of the story is, bro, you didn't have to go shoot up everybody and then kill yourself on some coward shit because the fact of you don't want nobody to know that you goddamn like boys. Who gives a fuck? What that is, whatever happened to where your mind switched and you said you wanted to try that, then that's what happened. But don't run from that. What the fuck you running from? Where you going? What the fuck we running from? What the fuck? What? I don't understand where we running from. We ain't going nowhere. Where the fuck we running from? So I don't really, you know, what I don't really got. I don't know what his moral, his understanding was. Too bad, you know, he didn't get to live to tell his side of the story, but unfortunately they lost their life behind a fucking moron, pretty much.
Truly are. As we continue to follow the aftermath of this tragic story, our hearts go out to the families of the victims, especially the children who will carry this tragedy with them for the rest of their lives. And that's the tragic and disturbing story of Javante Bryce, a father of 12 who took the lives of his own mother, cousin, and ex-girlfriend, all to hide a secret he felt he couldn't live with. It's a haunting reminder of how deeply societal pressures and internal struggles can push someone over the edge.
That's crazy. Well, man, y'all know what time it is, Big Troy. It's over with for me, man. It's fucking 3. I still gotta put some clothes in the dryer, man. I'm thirsty as hell. It's been long, man. It's been long. But I appreciate y'all for dropping in. Like I said, y'all drop in. Please let me know where y'all dropping from, bro. All you gotta do is let me know where you watching from and put the truck emoji. That's all I'm asking, bro. That's all I'm asking, man. But I'm going, man.